So what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. So yesterday, we had big rumors heating up from insiders making bold claims that the Jordan 4 White Cement, one of this month's most highly anticipated releases, would be dropping a little bit early ahead of its scheduled release date. Well, it turns out those insiders, they were absolutely correct, and what went from being just like a boring plain Jane Tuesday actually turned out to be a great day for sneakers. So we're gonna cover all the details as well as the latest sneaker updates. You're watching JA News. Let's jump right into it. So the NBA playoffs are in full swing right now, but in case you guys missed it, we actually had the NBA draft lottery go down last night, which I would have to say that last night's draft was quite controversial just due to the fact that I feel like people already feel like the NBA draft is rigged, but just the way they were playing in our faces like that, I mean, there's really no coming back from this. So if you guys are unfamiliar with the process, it's pretty much to determine which players or which team is actually going to get the #1 pick. So for example, the more losses that you have, the more balls that you have into the pile, which should increase your chances of getting a higher pick. So with the Dallas Mavericks, their chances were super low. The odds were like 1.9% chance of getting the #1 pick. And what do you know? Them boys came out on top. So of course the controversy lies in the whole Luka Doncic trade, which kind of felt sus at the time, but now looking at things full circle, the fact that they got the #1 pick, Adam Silver, we know you was definitely up to something with this one. And if you guys are wondering like how this relates to what's going on over here with the sneaker audience, well, if y'all didn't know, the #1 projected pick, Cooper Flag, happens to be signed to New Balance, which as far as in the basketball lane, they're kind of like, you know, making a little name for themselves. And due to the fact that this dude is like undisputedly projected to be the #1 pick, this should be a huge look for New Balance. So it'll be interesting to see if this dude like has a successful career. He's projected to, you know, come out the gate already ready to contribute, be a star player. So it'll be interesting to see if like New Balance gives that boy like his own signature sneaker or something like that. And could you guys imagine what a potential Cooper Flag signature model could look like? So just something to think about. But as far as that NBA draft rig, bro, y'all was not fooling anybody with that one. So we're gonna go ahead and keep things basketball related, as it looks like, according to Kicks Finder, we got an exclusive. Adidas is gonna be hitting us with the Crazy 3. Now, they've already hit us with the Crazy 1, they hit us with the Crazy 2, and now we got the Crazy 3 on the way, formerly known as the KB83. So if you guys are unfamiliar, these were signature models worn by the legend Kobe Bryant back in the day. Now, these KB3s or Crazy 3s, I should say, are slated to drop spring of 2026. And I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, I do not remember when this sneaker originally released. Apparently, it was like around 99 or something like that. I guess this was the last pair of sneakers that we saw Kobe rocking with Adidas until he took his challenge over to Nike. And I guess the big talk about this one, as y'all see with the sole right here, this was the one that went on to inspire models like the Yeezy 500. So this is a sole that we've seen Adidas use for a couple of different models, but I guess these Kobe 3s were the ones that set it off. So let me know if you guys have any nostalgia for these. Again, I remember the Kobe 1s, the 2s, but I have no clue about these right here. I do not remember these at all. So comment down below. Let me know if any of y'all remember these joints, and if anybody's excited about these. Again, these are not gonna have the official Kobe licensing, which Nike owns those rights. So they will be renamed the Crazy 3, and they continue the Crazy series, which Adidas, you know, has been dropping for the last couple of years or so. So that's cool and everything like that. Now, next up, this one to me is super interesting. We got a brand new Jordan brand model. So they're calling these the Jordan MVP 92. Now, it is important to note this is actually a kid's GS pair, but let me know what y'all think about these just based off the very first look. If you guys aren't familiar, it's pretty much a play off the Jordan 7, but as we infamously call these joints like Team Jordans, off-brand Jordans, whatever nickname you can come up with. Now, these were formerly supposed to actually be the Jordan 7 RM, which was reported to be making its debut this year, but it looks like in a last-minute rebrand, Jordan's gonna be calling these rather the MVP 92. I thought it would have been cool to keep these with the RM theme. The Jordan 4 RMs seem to be kind of like moderately successful. At least the Nigel pairs were. They did drop some other pretty cool ones as well. But when it comes to these Jordan 7 RMs, or my bad, MVP 92s, as they seem to like to call these right here, I would say these joints like really ain't too bad. I mean, it's a play off the classic Bordeaux colorway, which is an iconic Jordan 7 colorway. And as far as like a low profile model based off the Jordan 7, they're not too bad, but at the end of the day, you guys know ain't nobody rocking with nothing like this. We want the OGs, we want the mainline Jordans or nothing. And again, infamously, these ones will just be one of these Jordan releases would just come and go. But just aesthetically, I would say they are quite pleasing. Again, it is a GS pair, so let's see what the men's pairs look like, and maybe they'll hit us with some cool colorways that can catch a lot of people off guard. So some additional details, you got the Flight on the tongue right here, as well as a good little Nike Air on the back. So love to know what y'all think about these. First look at a brand new Jordan brand model. We got the Jordan MVP 92, formerly known as the Jordan 7 RM. So that one's quite interesting. Now, before we get into our main stories, guys, one last update. It looks like we had some little restocks actually hit finish line. JD Sports, so some pretty decent in-demand pairs, not like the most high-profile releases, but some really cool pairs, which it looks like a decent amount of sizes are still available if you guys happen to miss out on anything. So we got the DT Max 96. This one, the all red joints, I'm not a huge fan of. I feel like this is one where you could just pretty much grab these in store. But the DT Max definitely been making waves since we originally saw them joints come back. Now you also got the Jordan 11 Bread Low. These joints are cool or whatever. But again, it's just another pair which you walk into any local mall, you're gonna find these joints sitting. So as far as like a restock online, I would say not too exciting unless you happen to not have access to any local shops in your area. And then I feel like the most exciting pair that we actually saw available for this restock would be the Air Max 2 CB 94, the OG colorway. There is this Suns pair floating around as well, but it seems like these are the more coveted, of course, as you got the classic, iconic OG. This one actually turned out to be a little more difficult to cop than expected. I wasn't guessing that these would sell out. I thought this would be just something you could grab easily with no problem, but a lot of online retailers did sell out, so pretty cool to see these restock. Again, you guys can check for these as sizes are available. So next up, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump into the fit of the day, my favorite segment. If you're unfamiliar and you wanna be featured here in the segment, all you gotta do is just tag me over on the gram, or you can go ahead and tag me over on Twitter, because for the first time we got somebody stepping up to the plate from over on Twitter. So big salute to Joy Cal. You guys see OG with the fit going on right here. Now, when it comes to this outfit right here, well, first off, let's just go ahead and show love, because bruh is living right. You see, it looks like he just got the car, you know, cleaned up, fresh, lawn freshly manicured and everything like that. You know, with the pearly white showing and everything like that. So if it wasn't for the grays and the beard, I ain't gonna lie, Unc would be out here looking like he's still 20 or something like that. So as far as the fit, I like it. He kept things real simple. You know, you got an underrated gem in the red cement. So anytime you wear a shoe that's underrated like so, I'm always giving you plus points. Fits real simple, you know, pulls it all together with that red Houston's Astro cap. So as far as today's fit, I like what I'm seeing. You know, he pretty much didn't jump out of bounds, you know, but kept things safe. And that's never a bad thing. So for this fit, I'm rocking with it. Y'all know what to do. Jump in the comments, leave your feedback. Big shout out to Joy Cal, and go ahead and give that boy a rating 0 out of 10. So with those quick updates out the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into our main stories, which yesterday we had rumors heating up. Insiders were claiming we could see these Jordan 4 white cements drop anytime this week. Now, being is the fact that we had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to choose from. A lot of people were speculating like maybe a Thursday. That's when we used to get the shock drops, say like last year. Maybe people were thinking exclusive access on Wednesday. I had no clue that it was actually gonna be today. And I think it caught a lot of people off guard. Now, when it comes to exclusive access, remember guys, this was a release which a lot of people were checking for. Probably one of this month's most exciting drops. You got the classic Jordan 4 white cement. Now, with exclusive access this year, Jordan brand has done it a couple different ways. You know, we've seen them unions drop. We saw them galaxies, where rather than just doing exclusive access where you could just buy them first come, first serve if you were granted access, they did what they call an exclusive access draw, which seemed to like piss a lot of people off, because once you get access, it doesn't even guarantee you get the shoe, but you got to sit in this little draw. Some people were complaining of being in the draw for like 1 to 2 hours, just wasting all their time. But for this one, it seems like they did it the right way, because I seen a whole bunch of people getting W's on this one. So it looks like they didn't really waste our time with the draw and everything like that. Unfortunately, not everybody was granted access, including myself, but due to the fact that apparently there's supposed to be a lot of pairs of these, great way for Jordan Brand to unload pairs ahead of the release, get people excited about the drop, which officially will be going down, coming out here on the 24th, rather than doing a shock drop, which people go ahead and just grab them joints, try to sell them quick online, bringing the resale price down. Jordan Brand did the exclusive access thing, just like with the UNC ones. And as you see, a direct effect of that actually brings people that didn't have access, you know, to jump on these resale apps, paying resale. It brought the price up. Nike don't want their shoes going for under retail ahead of the release date. So great strategy. Fun to get these in the hands of people early. It just brings the excitement for this classic right here. So we'll see how the release date goes. Some people were saying that these joints could sit. I think they were looking at them UNC ones and maybe speculating these could sit, but nah, ain't no way. What I am expecting though is not to be an easy cop, but you know, if you put in enough work, you should be able to grab these. In stores, I feel like locally, you probably got your best chance. Personally, I'll just be putting in my little sneakers app raffle. If I hit, I don't. Unfortunately today, no exclusive access. So like for others, I'll have to wait it out to the 24th, but I would love to know if any of y'all had success, and huge salute if you did, by the way. And then guys, before we bounce, the surprises, they ain't over with yet, because don't forget about that boy Travis. Although it has been a little bit quiet for him this year, we got a shock drop going down, man. We know the sneakers app release for these new Jumpman jacks, or my bad, Zoomfield jacks, is coming up this weekend. And when have we ever seen a Travis Scott release go down without a little shock drop via Travis's website? I just feel like due to the fact these ones aren't as hype as other releases, people weren't even really checking for it like that. But in typical Travis Scott fashion, y'all see what's going on. Hit up shop.travis.com. It looks like them joints aren't available just yet, but it does say coming soon. So I guess everybody will be waiting on that drop probably sometime this evening. So stay tuned for more updates on that one. And hopefully by the time you're watching it, you know, for the people that want these, they'll go ahead and grab them. I would have to say, with this little spin 360 view right here, joints are looking pretty nice. A shoe which I originally kind of just wrote off as being garbage, but let's keep it real. As far as the colorway goes, when we're talking the Zoomfield jacks, I like the Leche Blue. I feel like it's the best one we've seen yet. These are cool or whatever. I don't think it's one that like people are real excited about, but again, at the end of the day, it is a Travis Scott. And something I didn't even know, based off this little 360 view, you got the little shark written on the inside. And although you don't have the signature backwards swoosh, you know, right here on the outside in that brown, but we do got a little small one on the inside. So that's a cool little detail, something I didn't know about. So again, you learn something new every day. And apparently there's merch on here as well. I never could care about the merch. I feel like it's always overpriced. And people always complain it takes forever to come. So got merch or whatever, but you know, the big deal is the sneakers. This one's a little calm drop. And then we got the big Travis releases coming later this year. So salute, man. What turned out to just be a regular Born As Tuesday actually turned out to be a pretty big day for sneakers. So let me know if any of y'all are checking for these Travises. Hopefully a lot of success in the comments as far as exclusive access, and drop your feedback on all the topics covered. So JA News signing off. Of course, I will catch you guys tomorrow morning for the morning JA News stream live. Meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. JA, I'll catch y'all next time. I'm out. Love.